I'm Wongster1970 and today I'm going to be installing a replacement brake and clutch master cylinder on my 2003 Toyota Matrix. Let's get started. Way back in there is the clutch master cylinder, so this ought to be fun to get out. AISIN CMT 141. This is a Raybestos MC 390734. And right here is our replacement clutch master cylinder, and here is our replacement brake master cylinder. I was able to get back in there. See, it's starting to leak with this 10mm line wrench. I can only turn it a little bit at a time though, and then I start turning it with this 10mm wrench and I'm kind of stuck. So what I'm going to do is remove this line from here, and I'm going to put this plug over top of it, and then maybe I can get in there better. Okay, I was able to get this line off. Of course it started gushing fluid out as soon as I pulled it off, but I got this plug on it, and I'm hoping that I can move this out of the way enough I can get back in there now and get that off. Well, I've got the line off, which was a pain in the ass to get into, but now I'm going to go and disconnect it from the inside. Okay, we have a clip up in here somewhere. I can't really see it, and the bolts are way back in here. They look like a 10mm. So I'm going to see if I can get this off. Okay, there. See, there was a spring in that clip, that pin and that clip up in there. So now I think I'm gonna have to try to find a socket that I can get up in there and take those two bolts out. Okay, I got both the bolts out. They are a I think it's a 12mm, and they're a pain to get out. The ones, you can see it way up in there, and the aileron's up inside of here. Now it's on the other side of this cage. So I got both of them out, pins out. I should be able to pull the whole assembly out. We'll see. I'm gonna reach down in there and see if I can pull it out. Looks like they made it so you can't get it off without taking the end off. Let's give this another shot. There we go. Woo! That's a pain. I just got to get the new one in. I don't know if you can see, but there is some black crud that came down from the master cylinder that got into this. It might have been what was causing it to lose pressure. Now that I've got the clutch out, clutch master cylinder out, I'm going to disconnect the brake master cylinder and pull that off. So to do that, I got to take this line off here. It looks like I have one back there too. That should be fun. I have a clip right here that I need to pull out. Might be able to get that from here. Yep, I got that off. I'm thinking these are probably 10s. Yes. So I'm going to work on these, getting these off, and then I'll be back. Got the front brake line off. I'm going to work on the rear one. Okay, that line is off. It's disconnected, but I don't have any room to pull it out. So you can see that splitter down there. I have it loosened right there, and it's dripping. So I'm going to get in there and try to remove these two bolts. These are 12mm bolts. There's one here, and there's one hiding back in there somewhere. So I'm going to take these two out, and then I'll be back. Both the bolts are out. I'm going to see if I can pull this out now. Doesn't look like it. It's because of that line. And so I'm going to have to pull that line out of the other fitting. I had to remove this line out from down there so I can get the master cylinder out. Let's see if I can get it out now. Looks like something is holding it. What could it be? Well, it took a lot of work. I had to pull on it pretty hard. I finally got it out. I'm going to see what kind of fluid's in this. Yeah, that stuff at the bottom, look at that. Black. I'm going to put the clutch master in right now, since I got this out, and then I will get the other one primed up. I'm going to take this piece off of the clutch master cylinder so I can get it back down in there, and I'm going to put that hose back on too. I'm going to put that on first. I've got the yoke or whatever it is off the end there, and I've got the hose back on, so now I'm going to feed it back down into that hole and hopefully connect it on the other side. Now I've got the clutch master cylinder back in there, and I'm going to connect it on the other side, up on the inside of the firewall. Okay, I got the screws, bolts back in. I got this adjusted, this yoke adjusted onto here, the spring put back on, and the clip on the other side. Now we'll go and take a look at the other side, outside of the firewall. Okay, I've got this hydraulic brake line, clutch line hooked back up, and I'm gonna go and get the master cylinder ready to put back in there, and I'll be back. Okay, I got that recapped. It's not leaking now. I'll put some grease on the O-ring and some on the end of the shaft here, and I'm going to slide her back in. I got one nut on this side here, and I got the bracket on for the T-fitting, whatever you want to call it, for the brake line. And I'm going to put this brace on here, and I'll go over top of there and hook up there. And then I'm going to hook this line back on here, so I can get some fluid going back down to the clutch master cylinder. So let me go and do that quick. That other bracket is back on, the nut is on, I just got to tighten them down. The line is hooked back up for the supply to the clutch master cylinder, and I'm going to hook up this other line right here, which goes down in behind there. Okay, that line is installed down there now. I'm going to put this fitting back in, or the sensor wire back in, and then hook this brake line back up in the front. I think that's in. You gotta take this lead valve out of here. This is about the easiest one. That's gonna lie to me. It's gonna make me a liar. Well, I'm gonna tighten that up. I'll be back. All the lines are hooked up. I'm gonna have to rinse it off because I have some brake fluid back in there laying. But I'm gonna go and bleed this front slave cylinder, see if I can get some air off of it. The master cylinder is full, so I'm going to do that and I'll be back. So I went through and I bled the clutch out, which took forever, and I put some Teflon tape on it because I was using my vacuum pump and I was pulling air in through. So finally got a good stream of brake fluid coming through on there, and I topped everything off with this .3 and 4 synthetic brake fluid. I started from the very back, passenger side, went over to, bled that one out, went to the driver's side, bled that one out, then up to the front, passenger side, bled that one out, and then over to the driver's side here and bled that out. And everything seems to be good now. So that should do it. Well, that'll do it for installing replacement master clutch and master brake cylinder on my 2003 Toyota, on my 2003 Toyota Matrix. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay safe.